Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. So excited to dive into this sample today because, Redwood Empire has left a very positive impression on me and many others too. The Devil's Tower, which is their high rye bourbon that it's like a small batch high rye bourbon, very limited release, just came out and it blew me away. I mean, I was stunned. I was extremely impressed by that bottle, and I will actively be looking for my own to put on my shelf because I want it. It's just that simple. I want it. And there's the Foggy Burl, which is their single malt, the American single malt. And I figured I'd give this a shot. So David, my buddy David, he sends me a lot of my samples of Redwood Empire stuff. So big shout out to you, brother. Really appreciate your support. But he sent me this sample, so I'm excited to dive into this and give this a shot. It's been getting some pretty solid reviews. Like, people are liking this stuff. And it's even winning people over who aren't like American single malt fans. It's really surprising to me, the sort of meteoric growth of that category of whiskey, the American single malt. You know, a lot of people, I mean, for the longest time, it was just like, America is rye and bourbon, and Scotland and Ireland, they do malt whiskeys, right? They do single malt Scotch. They do the yummy pot still, 100% barley in the mash whiskeys, stuff like that. But then the American single malt genre started to kick off, actually having people actively looking for it and winning awards and being highly acclaimed. That didn't really start until very recently. So American single malt, some are good, some are not. We're gonna see how this one is. Now, I'm gonna try and be unbiased as I taste this, because I mean, am I on a Redwood Empire kick? Maybe I am. There's been a couple of things like the Haystack Needle and the Devil's Tower that really seriously impressed me. So I'm going to try and be objective as I drink this. And I feel like I can do that because not too long ago I had, what was it? It was New Riff. That's right. The New Riff single malt. And I love New Riff, especially their ryes. Like, man, New Riff rye is so good for old fashions, like their single barrel rye. Bro, so good. But I had their American single malt, and I was very unimpressed. It was just not, it was not great. It was sort of like burnt, like burnt chocolate was the note I got. So here we go. This is Redwood Empire's attempt at an American single malt. The nose takes me like immediately straight to Hershey's Kisses milk chocolate. Like, that is front and center. Just milk chocolate, straight up. Hershey's milk chocolate. Get a little bit of brand cereal, maybe like grape nuts. Can I just say, brand cereal is seriously underrated. Everybody's always going for like the Trix, Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms even. Those are great cereals. I mean, don't get me wrong, great cereals. But brand cereal is seriously slept on. Neither here nor there. Sweet, soft, milky, creamy chocolate even. I think of cream, like coffee creamer. I'll also note that the Foggy Burl retails for an MSRP of $100, so it's not like super cheap. I mean, the Devil's Tower was $80, I think, MSRP, so getting into this is going to be a little bit steeper of a price tag to do so. It's also got a great label on it, that like stag with the full rack. Love that look. Speaking of loving that look, I am told that red and orange are not my colors, and I realize that today I'm wearing a mix of the two. Looking not hot on YouTube. Can't believe I do that. All right, enough talk. Let's try this. Wow, that is so different. I'm gonna be real with you. The thing that comes to mind on the palate is like a mocha latte. It's like soft and creamy espresso. It's like the bitterness of espresso, offset by the creaminess of, the milk, the steamed milk in there. But then you've also got that milk chocolate in there too to cut that bitterness a little bit. Creamy, chocolatey, mocha, coffee, all of those things. You can literally tell me that they took an American charred oak barrel and let coffee sit in it for a year and then finished this single malt in a coffee barrel. You could tell me that's what they did, and I would 100% think you were telling the truth. That is so wild. How does something that clear taste creamy? It's not overly complex. It's not like I'm pulling 10 different tasting notes out of this, and the finish is way different than the front side of the palate, and then right there in the middle I get something different. It's not like that. It is what it is. It is milk chocolate. It is creamy. It is coffee, a little bit of mocha, all those things together. And that's just what it is, start to finish. It doesn't take you on some journey, right? Where you go from one profile to the next. It just is straight up exactly what it is. It's like a mocha latte. Who they got cooking this stuff up over there at Redwood Empire? Because y'all are freaking killing it. Y'all gotta stop with your sourcing. Like their baseline, bourbon, rye, etc. Just stop it. The stuff you guys make is so much better than that stuff. I know they gotta have something to put on the shelves at the bottom tier. I get it. But the stuff they're making, the stuff they're doing, freaking amazing. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what Redwood Empire is gonna do as they sort of continue to come to age. You know what I mean? They can cycle out maybe some of the sourced products that they have, really start to transition, because frankly I'm not gonna miss anything from them that's sourced. Some of it's okay, you know, like single barrel versions, barrel proof offerings, it's okay, but I would not miss it if they cycled all the sourced stuff out and just really hitched their wagon to their own distillate, because the stuff they're doing is really freaking good. I'm so glad it's coming of age. So glad they're starting to put some new stuff on the shelves, and excited for them to really have a core setup of offerings that are uniquely theirs, because everything that fits that criteria is crushing it. Foggy Burl, on my scale, I think I'm going to give it a 7.8 because it's really, really good. It's really good, you know, and it's unique. It doesn't fit into either one of those camps of here's what I expect from an American single malt, here's what I expect from a Scotch whiskey. It kind of makes its own trail, and that I really respect. I love the creaminess. I love that mocha and the chocolate. If I was to nitpick, I would want a little more viscosity, a little bit of a longer finish as it clings to the inside of your mouth. And I think I'd like a little bit more of that brand cereal note to come forward on the palate. That's nitpicking though, because quite frankly, this is exceptional. Exceptional. Thank you so much, David, for sharing that with me. I really like that. Let me know if you've had either Devil's Tower or you've had Foggy Burl in the comment section, and let me know what you thought about them too, and if you were as impressed as I am with them. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel today. Really appreciate you. Feel free to leave a like in the video, as that's the best free way to support the content here on YouTube, and subscribe for additional whiskey content. Big shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys are the reason I get to do what I do, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Cheers, my friends. May you live richly and get better with age. Be warm and well fed, and I hope to catch you in the next one, where I promise I'll be a little more hot, hopefully. Bye-bye.